everyone, welcome back to The Geek is Chic. In today's video I want to share my tips and just things that I've learned along the way on smarter shopping so that I minimize my impulse buys and my regrets, I save some money, and I also get the most value for what I actually pay for. In the past years I really worked on my shopping behavior. I used to be a huge fast fashion fan. I used to shop at especially H&M all the time. I used to work there too when I graduated school. I always had kind of a small budget as a young person, so H&M was always like my fashion savior. But in the past years I became more mindful about that, about what fast fashion especially does to the environment, etc., etc. So I just try to work on my personal shopping behavior. And I aim to live by, buying less, choosing well, and making it last, just like Vivienne Westwood once said. So the first goal that I had when I tried to shop in a smarter way was to avoid my impulse buys. And for me, the solution are mood boards. And it doesn't really matter if you get inspired by influencers or magazines or runway looks of, the big designers. You can just screenshot all of them, print them out to put them on an actual physical board, or you just can save them, on your phone in a dedicated folder, or you can create a collection on Instagram or a board on Pinterest. Guess what? I have all of them. And you can, on a regular basis, review them, take a look at them, and refine them. And you will already be able to observe that you are over some particular pieces or outfits within a couple of days or maybe a week, while other pieces will stand the test of time and actually stay on your mood board. In this way, you just implement kind of a filter to your brain, and when you stroll through shops or through online stores, you will kind of automatically and naturally gravitate towards certain pieces that are actually more relevant to your wardrobe, rather than just, buying random stuff out of a spontaneous mood. Which kind of makes me transition to tip number 2. Make sure an item fits your personal style and wardrobe. This happened to me so many times. I have a very, very adventurous fashion past. So this always was a huge problem for me because I was inspired by so many different styles and people and brands that it was very hard for me to actually develop a certain line and a certain mood and scheme for my own wardrobe and for what my personal look actually is. It really took me quite some time. I'm actually thinking of making a video on my fashion past because that was a wild ride. Anyway, so especially if you're planning on a splurge, you should always check, your mood board or just in the back of your head. Is the color, is the design, is the print, whatever it is it actually something that you can combine with a lot of pieces in your wardrobe, even if it's a statement piece. But in the same time, some of us tend to always buy the same piece over and over again. So that's what you should always keep in mind too. If you are, let's say, holding a white sweater in your hands in a boutique, ask yourself, is this something that I actually have in my closet already, 2 times? Or is it something that actually brings something new into my wardrobe? Tip 3 is, if you're not sure, order online. Online shops will hate me for this one. Sometimes, especially seasonal, trendy pieces demand a kind of quick decision on purchasing them because they sell out very quickly, even if you prepared yourself and you were planning on buying them for quite some time. But if you're not 100% sure if it's your style or your taste or if you can make it work, do not buy it in the boutique, because there you will not have a chance to get an actual refund. You will only get a gift card or something. Instead, order the item online, because at least in Europe, the big online stores are obligated to always give you refunds if you end up returning an item. And this way you don't lose the money to a boutique. Also, this gives you the opportunity to, try an item on, see if it works with your wardrobe, see if it suits you and if you feel comfortable in it. Tip number 4 is, do not buy right off the spot. I already mentioned this in my previous video, which I can link down below, that sometimes it really pays off if you step away for a moment when you saw something in, a boutique or one particular online shop or on an influencer, and do some research and check out several places or online shops that might have this particular piece. because you might actually be able to save some money. So this is nothing new, right? So a lot of stores offer, smaller or bigger discounts all the time. For example, Luisa via Roma regularly offers 15% off their app when you purchase something via their app. They also do these 20% off full price items all the time. Farfetch just celebrated their 10th anniversary, that's why you got 15% off as well. Matches Fashion just had a 10% discount on everything online just this weekend. Vestiaire Collective, for example, they also regularly have these 10% off offers. So if you are willing to invest just a couple of minutes or hours into doing some research, you will actually be able to save a fair amount of money, especially on some pricey items. And the last tip on my list, is it the last tip? Yeah. Check out high quality dupes. By that I do not mean Zara. Just because something says Gucci, it doesn't mean that it's actually the best thing that you can get for this kind of money. Especially when it comes to ready-to-wear or to shoes, I sometimes like to step away from the original designer piece and check out some, local designers or medium-sized brands to see if they have something similar. This way I am not just supporting like a local designer or a smaller business. I often get a way better product for a way better price, because I don't have to, pay for all the branding and marketing and runway shows and expensive campaigns and all their stores that they have all over the planet. And also, especially those locally designed pieces end up being far more unique and special than anything designer. And for the end, I have one honorable mention. When in doubt, just don't buy it. Especially when it comes to fast fashion like Zara and H&M and Primark. People tend to buy in huge bulks that they might wear or might not wear, doesn't really matter because it's so cheap, and they end up with basically trashing their wardrobe and their closets with things that are poor quality, that will not last a long time, and that they may even never wear. As I said earlier, my shopping behavior is still far from perfect. I'm learning a lot and I'm trying to improve and better myself a lot. And I still occasionally buy something from H&M or Zara, but I strictly monitor it and I strictly minimize these purchases to only a couple a year. We should not forget that fashion, especially fast fashion, is one of the biggest, most toxic and fatal contributors of environmental destruction. So instead of buying 10 Primark pieces, I would rather just buy 1 or 2 good quality pieces from a local brand or a medium-sized brand, because I know that these 1 or 2 pieces will make me look much better and feel better than anything fast fashion could ever, and this will make me love these pieces for a very long time. I know everyone has a budget, I have a budget too, but I think that this should result in us thinking things through even more. The easy way isn't always the right way. So these are my 5 tips for being a smarter consumer and shopper. I hope you found today's video inspiring and informative. If you have any more hacks, experiences or advice on smarter shopping, more mindful shopping, let me know in the comments below. I would love to get in touch and start a dialogue about this. Also, please like and subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. I literally scream out of joy for every single person that likes or, subscribes to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!